What if I told you you could trade city noise for mountain air, high prices for affordable living, and anonymous crowds for a community that knows your name? Welcome to Entiat, Washington. This hidden gem you've probably never heard of, but just might want to call home. Stick around as we uncover the soaring real estate, its rugged outdoor lifestyle, and whether the slower pace of life is really worth the move for you. Entiat, Washington is a small town nestled between the Columbia River and the Cascade Mountains. If you're seeking a slower pace of life, a tight-knit community, and easy access to the outdoors, well, Entiat just might be your next home. But before you pack your bag, let's take a closer look at what it's really like to live in Entiat in 2025. Entiat is more than just a dot on the map. It's a community where the neighbors really know each other and people are quick to lend a hand. Residents describe the town as honest, straightforward, and deeply connected. The lifestyle here is relaxed with a strong emphasis on outdoor recreation. Whether it's hiking, fishing, rock climbing, whitewater rafting, the natural beauty of the Entiat Valley offers endless opportunity for adventure. So where is Entiat exactly? Entiat is located on the west side of the Columbia River, right between Wenatchee and Lake Chelan. The main town of Entiat sits right on the Columbia River, and then there is this long, beautiful valley that follows the Entiat River approximately 25 miles up a valley. As of 2025, Entiat's population stands right around approximately 1,400 people, and the median age is a little bit higher at 43.3, which makes for a pretty mature community. I should also mention that the cell phone service up the Entiat Valley is very limited, so working from home in this area can be challenging. Of course, the town of Entiat has much better service. The average household income is right around $94,000 with a poverty rate at 3.74%, which is significantly below both Washington state and national averages. Entiat experiences a warm, temperate climate in the summers with average highs right around 82. But in mid-July to early August, you are likely to experience 100-degree weather. Winters are cold with the lows dipping to 21 degrees in January. The town receives approximately 24 inches of rain and 76 inches of snow annually. As you can imagine, snowmobiling is big in the Entiat area. Entiat is one of those special places where it's nestled between the Cascade Mountains, National Forest, and Lake Entiat, which is a dammed portion of the Columbia River. As you can imagine, there is a ton of outdoor recreation, from hiking and camping to boating and fishing. In the winter months, snowmobiling is really big, along with skiing at Mission Ridge, but that'll take you about an hour to get to. I think I mentioned that Entiat is close to Lake Chelan, which means you're less than 25 minutes to boutique shopping, wine country, and one of the most iconic lakes in Washington. Now, before you start picturing yourself living in this mountain lifestyle, hang on, because up next, we are diving into the real numbers behind Entiat's housing market and the cost of living. You might be surprised on how much this affordable small town is really costing buyers in 2025. Stay tuned, you'll want to hear this before you start browsing Zillow. The housing market in Entiat has seen some significant changes. As of April 2022, the average home price sold was $567,000, and the average price per square foot is $368, which is an increase of 19.1% since last year. These kind of numbers would indicate a surge in a competitive market with limited inventory driving up its prices. But it's important to note that while some listings have skyrocketed, others remain more affordable, offering opportunities for various budgets. The truth is that the market in Entiat is very balanced right now. The average home will be on the market for approximately 60 days. That doesn't mean you should drag your feet if you find your dream home, because inventory is very limited in the Entiat area. There is only 10 homes on the market when I recorded this video in June of 2025. And by the way, this is the time of year when Entiat sees the most homes on the market. Entiat's cost of living presents a mixed picture. According to Best Places, the overall cost of living index is 107.6, which is 7.6% higher than the US average, but 11.7% lower than Washington State's average. The housing costs are significantly lower than, let's say, the Seattle metro area. However, if you are coming from somewhere such as the Midwest or the South, these prices can feel a little elevated. Utilities in Entiat are going to feel very affordable, and that's because most of the homes are on well and septic, and as a resident in Chelan County, you will have the cheapest power in the country. The median electric bill for Chelan County is $664 per year, which is about $55 per month. Chelan's PUD residential electric rates have been 2.7 cents per kilowatt hour for almost a decade, which is significantly lower than the US average of 13.7 cents per kilowatt hour. And if you're over the age of 62 and have a low income, these rates are discounted even further. Now, where things start to get a little more expensive for the Entiat area is transportation, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Before we get into some of the downsides of living in Entiat, I want to say hi. I'm Amanda Dallman, your Central Washington realtor. If you're thinking about purchasing a home in Central Washington, connect with me in the link in the description of this video or on my homepage. I would love to help you out. Okay, so here are some of the downsides to living in Entiat. Living in Entiat means embracing a quieter lifestyle. The town offers very basic amenities such as a small grocery store, a post office, a library, a few coffee shops, a couple fruit stands, and they have a very beautiful riverfront park. But for extensive shopping or services, residents often have to travel to Wenatchee, which is about a 30-minute drive. And that's if you live in the town of Entiat. If you live anywhere up the Entiat Valley, you could be adding an additional 30 minutes to that. Transportation is one of the biggest expenses to living in Entiat. And you're going to put a lot of miles on your car, and gas in Washington State is not so cheap. The average gas price in Chelan County right now is $4.30, where the national average is $3.17. Most people who live in Entiat will work in Wenatchee or from home. The next downside to Entiat is the winter. Even if you like winter months, it's a long, dangerous, winding, dark, icy road to get to Wenatchee. You need to be prepared with a little extra time and some traction tires when living in Entiat during the winter months. Now, here is the biggest concern about living in Entiat, and that is fire. The dry mountains in the area are prone to lightning strike and fire. When hiking at the end of the Entiat Valley, you can still see remnants of the Cougar Creek fire, which happened in 2018. If you live in the town of Entiat, you have two different roads or two different directions to escape the area. However, if you live anywhere up the Entiat Valley, there is only one road out. If you have a fear of fire, Entiat probably isn't going to be the place for you. Entiat, Washington offers a unique blend of natural beauty, community spirit, and a real relaxed pace of life. While the housing market is limited, the cost of living isn't so bad. Many find the trade-offs worth it for the quality of life. If you are considering moving to Entiat, it's essential to weigh these factors carefully. Perhaps visit and experience the beautiful town of Entiat. Thank you for joining us this week on our tour of Entiat, Washington. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe video. I'm Amanda Dallman, your Central Washington realtor, and I will see you next week.